Hey learner, this is Nilesh Borate. So in this section we will discuss the another question paper with solution, that is the Internet Programming 2, which is conducted in April 2019. Okay, and this paper from the degree course TYBSc Computer Science, that is TYBCS. Okay, so let's see the first question. So my first question is that attempt all of the following, each one carry the 1 mark. So first one, write an element of the global array $_server. So see here, $_server is an array which hold the information of the headers, path and the script location. Okay, so these are the some elements. So $_server in square bracket PHP self. So they return the self file name, then the server name, they return the host server name, then here they print the protocol and version, and here return the host header. Okay, so these are the some global array. Next, which are the two parts while message are sent using the SMTP? So SMTP means that the simple mail transfer protocol. So the main purpose is to set up the communication rule between the server. Okay, the server have a way of identifying themselves and announcing what kind of communication they are trying to perform. So they also have a way of handling the errors such as incorrect email address. Okay, so for example, if the recipient address is wrong, then receiving server reply with an error message of some kind. Okay, then proceed to next question. So see here, next question is that what types of information is stored by $_files array. See here, there are the 4 types of information: file name, file type, file temporary location and the size of the file in bytes. Okay, next, give the name of a XML parser. See here, these are the some XML parsers which are built in more popular browsers. So see here, first one, XML parser create. So this function create an XML parser, then XML parser into struct. So this parser parse the XML data into an array, then XML parse to parse the XML document, and here to close the parser reference, means that here we close the object of a XML parser. Okay, next, what are the different types of objects that JavaScript supports? So there are the many objects. Here we explained the only 4. Then numbers, they perform only numerical operation. Then string related operations like length, caret, index of. Then date, so using this function like get month, get day, get hours, get minutes. Then maths, they have some mathematical methods: floor, round, max and the mean. Okay, then what are the different values of ready state property of the XML HTTP request? So see here, there are the total 5 properties, 0 to 4. So 0 means unopened file, 1 means the opened file, 2 headers received call, 3 loading data, and 4 is the done, operation is completed successfully. Okay, then what are the non-primitive data types in JavaScript? So there are 2 types of data types, primitive as well as non-primitive. So see here, non-primitive data types: objects, arrays and the functions. Okay, then what is an AJAX? So AJAX is the asynchronous JavaScript and XML. So it is not a programming language. So they use the combination of a XML HTTP request object plus the JavaScript and the HTML DOM. Okay, so AJAX allows the web page to upload the asynchronously by exchanging the data with a web server behind the scene. So this means that it is possible to update the part of web page without reloading the whole page. Okay, then see here, write the any 2 advantages of a JavaScript. See here, explain the any 2. So here, JavaScript is a client side language. Okay, so code is executed on user processor instead of web server. Then it is easy to learn, then they have the extended functionality, and it is a platform independent. Okay, next, write the any 2 applications of XML. So here, explain the any 2. First one is that the web publishing. So XML allows the developer to save the data into XML file and use the XSLT transformation API to generate the content in the required format such as HTML, XHTML, etc. Then the web searching. Search the data by using the XML file and display to the user. Then create the other language. So many languages are created using the XML, that is the WML, MathML, okay, etc. Then see here we finish the first question, then proceed to question number 2. First question is the 5 marks. Write the PHP script to select the list of a subject, that is the operating system, TCS, networking, PHP, Java, graphics. Use the multi-value parameter, display list on the next page. Okay, so here this program is the 5 marks which is related to the multi-value parameter concept in a first chapter, that is the web technique. Okay, so here we display the selection list. So selection list is like a combo box. Okay, so by using the select and the option menu we display this program. So here this list is shown like this way. Here this is your drop down box. Okay, and here operating system, TCS, networking, PHP, Java. Okay, in select and the option tag, when we pass the multiple parameter, multiple is a keyword. When we pass this multiple parameter, then they have allow to the multiple selection, means you can select the OS plus other items, means you have to access the multiple selections. Okay, so select the multiple courses here, and if you submit this form, then these multiple subject displayed on your next page. So this is the question. So see here, first the HTML file. Here we create a one form. Okay, subject.php, method equal to get. So here title, select your subject, and see here select name. Here we use the subject array and pass here the multiple word. If you not passing here multiple word, then your drop down is like this way. Okay, and selection is allowed only one selection. Okay, means here you can select only one subject, but when you pass the multiple keyword, then list is shown like this way and you have the access to the multiple selection. Okay, so here we pass the multiple options like the subject names. Okay, then submit button. So after submitting, my action is that the subject.php, so it is going to this second program. So here get the all the subjects names in this sub array, and by using for loop we print the all subject list. Okay, so this is the program. Next, second question. Explain how to send the email through the PHP with example. So first we see that what is the mail function. So see here, mail function is used to send the emails from the PHP script. It return true on success, otherwise false. So this is the syntax. Return type is the boolean, true or false, mail. So to, subject and the message. So these three are the compulsory parameter and two are the optional parameter, additional headers and the additional parameters. Okay, see here, to means the recipient email address, subject of the email, email message content. Additional headers means that the extra headers like the CC, BCC, okay, carbon copy and the blank carbon copy. Then the additional parameter means that the some attached document. Okay, see here, just give the one simple example. So here we pass the one recipient address, subject, message. Here we call the mail function, pass all these three parameters. If the mail sends successfully, then they return true. So here if $R means that if true, then print the message mail sent successfully. Otherwise they give error, mail sending failed. Okay. Then going to next question. So next question is that what are the different JavaScript control statement? Explain any two with examples. So there are total 5 control statement: selection statement, switch statement, loop statement, break statement and the continue statements. So here explain any two. So first selection statement means that the if else and the nested if else. So see here basic example of the JavaScript. Here we define the one script HTML head, okay, and declare the two variables. Okay, then here check if A is greater than B, then print here max is A, otherwise print here max is B. Okay, Then second is that the switch statements. So switch is used to the multiple selections. Okay, so in multiple selections you want to access or print the one block, then instead of if else the switch statement is the beneficial. Okay, so here this is one example. So here we create the object of a date, so d equal to new date and d dot get day. So by using get day function we print the current day name number, that is the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. If it is Sunday they return 0, Monday they return 1, like this way, and this number pass in a switch case, and here we write the all the cases 0 to 6. Okay, so by using this case number we print the day name, okay, and break the current case, and here we close the script head and the HTML. Okay, so here we finish the question number 2, then proceed to question number 3. So my first question, write a PHP script to read the employee.xml file. So they contain the employee number, employee name, salary and designation, and print the employee details in the tabular format. Okay, here use the simple XML. So see here, these are the some employee.xml file. Here we print the 3 employee details. Okay, so this is your XML version, this is your root tag emp info. So this is your first employee, in that employee number, name, salary, designation, and this is second employee, this is third employee. Okay, then this is your second file employee.php. here we load the simple xml underscore load underscore file, and here pass this xml file name. Okay, and print the data in the tabular format. So here we use the HTML table tag. So this is your table tag syntax. Okay, so by using tr th we set the header column name. Then here by using for each, so there are the 3 employees, so by using for each employee object is going to $v. Okay, and in first object there are the employee number, name, salary, designation. So these 4 contents here printed by using separate columns. Okay, again they are going to second row, third row, fourth row. Here we close the table tag. Okay, so this is the program, we print the detail in a tabular format. So the second question is that write a JavaScript code which will display the patient master form having the following fields: patient name, address, contact number. So validate this field in different criteria. Okay, so see here, this is the program in a JavaScript. Here we define the one script, function is that the show. Okay, so see here in body we pass the patient name, address and the contact number. Here we set the text and the ID. Okay, and here button, if you press the button they call the show function. So this is your show function. Okay, here where name, address and the contact, document dot the get element by ID, here pass the name, address and the contact number. So this text box value is assigned to this variable name, address, contact. So first we check the empty validation. Okay, so see here, if name equal to empty, address and the contact number, then alert. So pop up the one dialog box, and this is your error message, please fill all details. And next one is that the contact, so your contact length is not equal to 10, then again alert the pop-up box invalid contact number. So here we use the 2 pop-up boxes and perform the some validation. Okay, so next question is that, so see here, write an Ajax program to display the list of a game stored in an array on click OK button. Games means that the game names stored in an array. Okay, and by using Ajax the print all these array details. Okay, so see here, so this is your the default format of Ajax program. Okay, so see here, first see, this is your the game.php code. Here we define one array and pass the some games name, and by using for loop we print the every game here. Okay, so see here, this is your function load. If your browser is the Internet Explorer, then going to else part. If it is Mozilla Firefox, Google Chrome, then going to if statement and create the object of a XML HTTP request. Okay, so by using if else we create the XML HTTP object, and then here on ready state change, here we call the function if it is on ready state change and 200. Then by using document.getElementID, so this is your my ID. See here, This is your my ID div tag. In empty div tag, so replace your response text. So what is response text? Here we open the game.php file, and whatever print this file as an output, so this output is set to as a response text, and this response text is placed inside this div tag. Okay, here we start the body. Okay, and this is your button. If you press the button, here we call the load function. So this is your load function. If you press the load function, then all these games names are displayed in between this div tag. Okay, so this is the Ajax program. Then going to next question. So my next question is the question 4, attempt anyone A or B. Okay, so A or B is the 4 plus 4 plus 2 marks. So first one is that what is sticky form? Explain with an example. Okay, so see here, what is sticky form? Many web pages use a technique known as a sticky form, in which the result of a query are accompanied by a search form whose default values are those of a previous query. For example, if you open the Google and we enter the query, it gives the result of a enter query. It remains same as it is called as a sticky form. Okay, so here we find the conversion of temperature in Fahrenheit to Celsius. Okay, so see here, this is your HTML program. Okay, and in PHP script we set the $_get Fahrenheit value to this FH variable. So if you run this program as a first time, so this variable is an empty variable or a null variable. Okay, then this form is shown on your output window. Here Fahrenheit temperature and the text box and the submit button, means your output on first time is that, see here, this is your Fahrenheit temperature, then this is your text box, and here you are the submit and the reset button. Okay, then here if is null FH, so initially FH is the null. Okay, is null not, so is null is the true and not of true is that the false, so it is not going to if statement. So first time my output is like this way. Okay, and if you pass here the some number and press the submit button. Okay, so see here, my action is that the PHP self. Again, this program is run by using the first line. So see here, by line here, now the text box value is set to this $fh variable. Now this variable is not a null. Okay, again this form is shown in your output window. See here, on second time same form FAH temperature, here this is text box. Okay, then here submit button and you are the reset button. Then here check is null false, not false true. So now next time it is going to if statement. So this is the formula of finding the Fahrenheit to Celsius temperature. So calculate here the Celsius value and print here. So here my answer is equal to, this is your some answer value. So this is the sticky form. Okay, so next one is that the when IMAP4 protocol is used in a email handling, explain its feature. So it is a networking related protocol. So this stands for the Internet Mail Access Protocol version 4. Okay, it is an internet standard protocol for storing and receiving messages from the SMTP. Okay, so SMTP provides the underlying message transport mechanism for sending email over the internet, but it does not provide any facility for storing and retrieving the messages. So SMTP host must be continuously connected to the one another, but most users do not have a dedicated connection to the internet. Okay, so see here, IMAP stands for the Internet Mail Access Protocol version number 4. So it is the internet standard protocol for storing and retrieving the messages from SMTP host. Okay, so see here, this is the one diagram which is connected to the different machines. Okay, so see here, next one is that IMAP4 provide the mechanism for storing messages received by SMTP called as a mailbox, and the IMAP4 server stored messages received by each user until the user connect to download and read them using the IMAP4 client. Okay, so they have a number of features. So see here, create hierarchical of folder for storing messages, leave messages on a server after reading them, search a mailbox for specific messages, flag messages as read, selectively download portions, review the headers of messages, then to retrieve the messages from IMAP server. Okay, so these are the some features. So next one is that 2 marks question, write a code using the JavaScript to convert a string to the uppercase. Okay, so see here, this is the JavaScript code. Here we define the one function. So my function name is that the show. Okay, in body here we accept one string from keyboard. So this is your text box, set here the ID. On change, here the show function is called. Okay, so see here show function, here we accept the string from the text box and we convert it into the uppercase. Okay, so this is your the 2 marks program. Next one is that the B question. So in B, first question is that differentiate between the XML and the HTML, 4 mark question. So explain the any 4. Okay, so HTML is used to the display data and the XML is used to transport and the store data. So it is a markup language itself and it is defined as a framework to define the markup language. Okay, so it is not a case sensitive, it is a case sensitive. Okay, then it is a presentation language. It is not a presentation, not a programming. Okay, so it has its own predefined tag. So they define tag according to your need. It is not necessary to use a closing tag. Okay, and here it is a mandatory to use a closing tag. It is a static and it is a dynamic. So HTML does not preserve white spaces, so they preserve white spaces. Okay, so here I explain the any 4 differences. Next one is that write a note on the Ajax web application model. Okay, so this is the 4 marks question. So this is the Ajax architecture or the Ajax life cycle. Okay, so see, this is your diagram. Here the Ajax engine is connected to the web browser. Okay, so see here line by line. So Ajax engine which interact as an the intermediary between the user and the server. So it eliminates the start stop nature on a client server and interaction. So when a web page load and a new session start, the browser load the Ajax engine. So the engine is responsible for what the user sees and what is sent to the server on behalf of the user. So the Ajax engine allows the asynchronous interaction of the user with the web application. Thus the user does not have a wait to the server to process the any request. The user can actively interact with the web applications after making request while the server does the required processing in the back. Okay, so see here the web page send the request using a JavaScript function. JavaScript code make a request on the server and the server is responsible comprises of a data and not the presentation, which implies that the data required by the page is provided by the server as the response and the presentation is implemented on the data with the help of a markup language. So these are the some Ajax engine or the Ajax lifecycle. Okay, so explain in paper properly. So next one is that how would you destroy the session variable both within the current script and the form data store. So simple here the function is that the session underscore destroy. So they destroy all the data associated with the current session and it does not unset any of the global variable associated with the session or unset the session cookies. So use the session variable again, session start has to be called. Okay, so here we finished the internet programming question. Okay, so if you have any queries, then comment on your query in comment box, likes and subscribe the channel. See you on next question paper. Thank you.